Where is Roan? Are you? Roan, come here. There's a stranger in the rookery. Why have you come?
Forgive the, grotesque display. We pruned some of the poor torn soul you killed at our gates. I left a vial of its blood here on the table, but when I returned, I found it altered. The Watcher, he must have refined it, purified it. An ancient technique. Now you just need to... I apologize. It's my nerves. The ichor must flow through your veins. The scrolls say it gives strength to your kind. Go to the Watcher. This skill is... it's beyond me. Now, if you should encounter any more of the Torn, collect their ichor and bring it to the Watcher. And if you ever want to know the comings and goings within our fair city's walls, I'm your man. Roan, scholar, guide, inquisitive soul, unrepentant gossip, at your service. I can't promise the Watcher will help again. His wisdom is vast, but his mind is... well, it's like a ransacked library. Many things on Sacra are not as they once were, I suppose. I can't recall ever seeing the Inquisition inside our walls. Ellsworth left for the Mountain Gate already with the Madrigal. But have no fear, Sacrament is in good hands under Baron Winnick. Oh, and I hear Elsa the Historian is asking after you. She's a curious one. Most curious. Whatever course you chart, be careful. This island crawls with villainy. I suggest you visit the market for supplies before you leave the city.
I've taken the... Sacrament's learning all the wrong lessons from Havenport. We gave up half the city. The Silverfish's gangs just wanted more. I came here to get away from all that. I hope Ellsworth's not as soft as Governor Grafston was.
Look who it is.
You're the talk of the town, you know. I think my father is a touch jealous.
Me? Of course not. Sarah and I are fellow hunters, kindred spirits.
A kindred spirit you nearly confused with the brigand in the glades. Your eyesight.
Was plenty sharp enough to fell an elk across the river.
It was really more of a creek.
Betrayed by my own flesh and blood. I'll feed you to the next wolf I see.
Oh, so I'm safe then.
Well, enjoy Sacrament, Sarah. We're headed for the lowland meadows soon to rejoin the rest of our hunting party.
The many hands. The eye within. Who speaks to us?
One who slips between God's fingers.
None may pass, by order of the Madrigal.
The Sarim do not hear, they have no ears, nor eyes, nor tongue for speaking. They understand only death.
Flee, unspoken, lest we begin to speak your language.
Only those who've been touched. If you seek the nameless path, know that you follow in the footsteps of God's most beautiful hand. She is truly a sight to behold.
People will always need ore and stone, my father said. He didn't count on those cowards sealing the mountain gate shut.
The pestilence. It's already among us, Sarum.
I knew with the pestilence returned, it wouldn't be long before your kind did as well.
But I fear the plague has already crept within Sacrament's walls. 2 days ago, I offered a potent rune to a woman who said her husband was ill. A small mercy, but I have not heard from them since, and I worry he was worse than she let on. Please, visit their home in Beggar's Alley. You can find me at the marketplace after. The plague knows we are weakest when alone. But we are not alone, Sarum. Not even you.
see you in a high place, and a very low one. Yes, you will venture to a deep, dark realm of filth and grime, and make a new friend, and you will climb to dizzying heights, and the world will open up to you.
Hope those Bowleen Knights much. New to Sacrament, eh? Look around. You see that there in the mud? Boot prints from Phelan. They're all over this city.
Never grateful for what... If Ellsworth had any sense, he'd sweep Beggar's Alley clear. Those sorry sods dragged down me property value.
I know.
Oh, King. Everyone's too scared to say it, but Sacra and Phelan are better off apart. I love the king about as much as a wart on my eyeball.
I saw that. Too frightened to look me in the eye.
You don't scare me, Serum. That's close enough. You get one warning, then one lesson, then one gravestone. On watch. Eyes of the city.
Just a few coppers for an ale. You there. Please. Wait, coppers. Please. I beg you. I can work. I'm good for it. Just need a bit of strength. The warm ale to prop me up. Put the fire back in these bones. Please. A warm ale to prop me up.
Please. Spare a few coppers for those who've fallen on hard times. Everyone speaks of the suffering outside our walls, but ignores those of us suffering within them. Even Ellsworth's turned a blind eye to our corner of Sacrament. Just because we have nothing doesn't mean we're not people.
Spare a moment.
The island will chew you up and spit you out. I went to scour the ruins to the east. The realm of the ancient Sacrament. Ugh. Nothing but death in those mountains now.
Welcome to our little corner of Sacrament. A wretched bunch we are, but a family of sorts. They're all I've got anymore. Them and old Casper here. Lost it all to that cursed drug saver. Say, you wouldn't have a drop or two of it on you, would you? Just a drop of saver. No one has to see.
Hands extra. We are not meant to walk amongst ourselves, eye to eye with filth and kindness. We are meant to float on clouds of ivory. I see. Sweeping here.
nerves of hands extract.
You may have landed a lucky blow on that beast at our gates. I'll give you that. But anyone claiming to be a legend is usually something else entirely. Wherever you go in this city, I'll be watching. Someone's got to.
Saren? This city is at war, make no mistake. Ellsworth doesn't know it yet, but I do. The only safety left is a blade in its sheath.
Welcome.
Just a few coppers for an ale. I'm so thirsty.
A killer, eh? Oh, I can smell it on you. I was like you once. Tracked down raiders, and worse, anyone who paid. Under their breath, they called me the Bloody Butcher. Oh, I confess, I loved it. Took a job once that led me deep into the floodlands. I got the bastard too, but not before he nicked me in the arm, splashing about like a dying fish. Didn't think much of it at the time, but that water, it wasn't long before the black rot set in. Lost my arm to no more than a pinprick. Would you believe that? And now I'm here. They don't call me the Butcher no more. They don't call me nothing.
Do you need any help?
I feel as if I'm at the end of a terribly long bit of string. Dangling from the end and watching it fray.
shines its light upon us at last. Soon the pestilence will flee back to the darkness from whence it came.
Do not ask why the Inquisition has come. Ask yourself if you are worthy of the embrace.
Maybe she's hiding one. She's a fine cat when she stays in my head. But sometimes she just gets up and leaves. And I can't find her anywhere.
We must show the Inquisition our fealty. They pass. Shines its light upon us at last. Soon the pestilence will flee back to the darkness from whence it came.
If it needs doing. Once you understand that laws around here are more like suggestions, your whole world opens up. Life is yours for the taking. Feeling squeamish? It's all right, it happens. You need a man with a strong stomach and no morals. That's me. There's no lock I can't nibble loose, no window I can't wriggle through. Got this city wrapped around my finger, I have. I've seen how they look at you. Yeah, like you just stepped over their mum. We're outcasts, you and me. Misunderstood. There's no lock I can't nibble loose, no window I can't wriggle.
It's happening again. Monsters at Sacrament's gates, and the Risen pushing farther south every day. My home, my true home, Caelin, fell not long ago. Did God spare me just so I could watch it happen here too? Caelin was a city of priests and scholars, all laboring in the service of God. Where was God when they needed him? I was visiting from Caelin when the city fell. You could hear the boom of the mountain gate drop even from here. Why wasn't God there to defend the holy city? Why wasn't I? Sacrament is a good city, full of decent people. But this isn't where I belong. Caelin was a city of priests and scholars.
The city's gone to shit. When I bought my first property, I was merely a child. All it takes is grit and savvy, my friend. Grit and savvy. And an ample inheritance. Hello? Are you looking for a place to live? Well, you can't come here, to me. All my properties are full. Thank you. I remember when Sacrament was a city on a hill. The beacon of Ashen Sea. Now look at it. I'm almost ashamed to be a lord here. Do you partake of ale or wine?
You strike me as the ale type. Pity. I've a fine Elgarth red sitting at home.
Do you partake of ale?
Stay back! I'll not be pulled into the void today. How many of you have there been? 100? 1,000? Your life ends, your story finished. Yet you speak yourself anew. This is not what God intended. I know the workings of your kind. Speaking what should remain unsaid, whispering at the edges of our world. It's unnatural. Charming. Some find it charming, the way you rip apart the world and put it back again. Charming. More and more of them. I've heard them. Ever since you set foot on Sacra. The whispers. Gashes in the sanctity of our world. Charming. Some find it charming.
I've never glimpsed the mines of Tyr, where the furnaces churn beneath the snowdrifts. Oh, nor the twin sister isles of Havenport. Oh, I'd like to lay my hand on the mountain gate, stare into the ancient eyes of those stone serum faces. I quite like the governor's daughter. Not beholden to anyone, no fear, no hesitation, no husband. Can you believe My life's half gone, and I've seen so little of my island, let alone the realm. I've never glimpsed the mines of Tyr, where the furnaces churn.
I was fetching my armor when I pulled a muscle. Important to limber up before battle. Would a decent war be too much to hope for?
Oh, to be conscripted.
I'd set sail and take the fight to the Risen and Lion's Mound, if not for my dreadful seasickness. Oh, I just wish I had the chance to prove myself. You know, the pestilence should count itself lucky it hasn't breached our gates. Or it would have me to contend with. I think I'll head out into the glades and cut down a few plague monstrosities. Tomorrow, perhaps. I'd set sail and take the fight to the Risen.
Everyone in town could hear her shouting.
Sear my feet. I was at the river, collecting dinner. You know Doric's still injured.
Perhaps next time, my manservant can come in my stead. Look at this place. The prosperous and the beggars living side by side. It's madness. In Tyr, everyone knows their place. And when the lowers forget, the uppers are always ready to remind them. Seems almost criminal to trade away our silk and steel, but food is hard to come by in the frozen peaks. We try to keep these trading ventures short. I fear if I stay too long, I'll be infected by the lowborn. Seems almost criminal to trade away our silk.
I have a hint of Syrian blood too, you know. On my mother's side, 8 generations back. Ellsworth's a fool with his gates and guards. Ice and stone alone have kept Tyr safe for 100 generations. Should you find your way to Tyr, Syrim, you'll be treated as royalty. We know how to properly revere blood. I can't imagine what brings you to a sty like Sacrament. In Tyr, we live among the clouds. Should you find your way to Tyr,
Sacrament.
They were backwater scavengers. Nothing but thieves on the road.
You can't still think that.
But that's the point. Time was they couldn't mount a horse, let alone an attack like that.
It's that Derek. They say he drives them like wildfire.
Ellsworth should have burned Lyon's mound to the ground when he had the chance.
Ellsworth's not a warlord. He's a politician.
And look where that's got him. Now they're scratching at our door.
I heard Odell was on the bridge when it happened. Poor bastard.
Aye, Sacrament lost a lot of good soldiers out there.
If they ever breach our walls, I'll go down swinging. Mark my words.
Don't worry, my friend. The pestilence will get us first. Where'd you tell Holla you're off to today? Mabel thinks I'm splitting firewood. Where'd you tell Holla you're off to?
We could restore history. So, you found me. Perhaps you're developing a fondness for this city, then. With my hands and your copper, we can make Sacrament bloom again. Anything you come across that looks like it could be restored, tell me. Why, even the vendor stalls can be improved. And for yourself, perhaps you may want a home here one day. You can find vacant houses for sale all over Sacrament. Each one has a sign out front that tells you all you need to know. There was greatness here once. Let us uncover it from beneath the dust. Khafrom Bilsgard built this city from the wastes, and it stood for 300 years. We must preserve his legacy. Some of the ruins on this island were built by your kind many ages ago. I won't go near them. Fearsome and natural they are. Havenport, Tyr, Kalen. There isn't a city on Sacra that isn't a shadow of its former self. Time eats at this island like mold. We're not just repairing wood and iron, you and I. We're giving this city new life. Restoration is rebirth. Understand? Kafrom Bilsgard built this city from the waste.
Someone rearing.
This island will be healed once
Seren,
The grape's gone sour.
Hello? Are you looking for a place to live?
If I might bend your ear, I've a proposition for you. I saw how you dispatched the raiders in the old fortress. You've had a taste. Any interest in the meal? My men spotted the risen warlord, Darak, in the Orban Glades. He's been a thorn in Ellsworth's side for too long. I sent a contingent after him, but if you were to find yourself heading west, you might join them and do Sacrament a service. We would all sleep better knowing Darak's below ground. Ellsworth's gone north, toward a dead end, I venture, while Odessa sits locked up in her cell. Me? I've no patience for politics, and learned long ago not to get between the governor and his daughter. Warriors like us have a thirst that can be slaked in only one of two ways. Ale and blood, my friend. Ale and blood. Head west to hunt for Darak in the Glades, but keep your guard up for Risen. Or wolves. Or those damned Nith swamp tribes. Just keep your guard up. Head west to hunt for Darak in the Glades.
Sarah, look with the tide washed in. I didn't think you survived.
Not much respect.
Sarah, look with the tide washed in. I didn't think you survived.
Used to be a gardener but paid for a meal in Sacrament. Now you're lucky if they let you in the door. Not much respect.
Seems our fortunes have changed since we last spoke. I'm afraid we might have to postpone our fight. But if I'm spared the gallows, perhaps we can finish what we started. Although judgment might take a while. My father would rather play servant to the madrigal than speak with me. Could be worse. We could be at the bottom of the sea. I wish I could see the madrigal's face as she looks upon the mountain gate. Maybe she can pray her way through 1,000 years of stone. I wish I could see the... Maybe she can pray her...
Not much respect. When a man in uniform enters the tavern, you'd expect someone to give up a seat. Or to just let the Risen sack the place. Then they'd learn a thing or two about respect. I spend my day defending these walls. Least they could do is slip a few extra apples in my shopping, free of charge. Or to just let the Risen sack the place. Not much respect for us these days.
Do you see the outfit? The weapon? Where and how I'm standing? Unless Ellsworth sent you, I don't care. Unless Ellsworth sent you...
If you're so intrigued by our cages, why don't you hop inside one? A few nights in a cage will cure your curiosity, I promise. A few nights in a cage will cure...
This city deserves a new beginning.
I fear it's happening again.
Used to keep emergency sweets in my pockets, but those pants are at the tailor's. Don't seem to fit anymore. Maybe a nice thick stew for dinner. Potatoes and carrots and chunks of meat, sop it up with a wedge of bread. I'd sell my left hand for a slice of pie. Any kind'll do. Maybe with a fat dollop of cream. It was a mistake to skip breakfast. All I had was an apple, and a hot cake, and 2 or 3 sausages. God, I'm hungry.
Sacrament is a good city, full of decent people.
Saren, will you share your death with me? Death is a lost art. People trip in the street, drown in creeks, choke on chicken bones. But your kind perfected the form. That's why I've devoted my life to studying you. Your ruins, your ways, your slaughter. Sorry, I never introduced myself. I am Elsa, an historian. There are relics of your kind all over Sacra. Another was just discovered in the stonemason shop by the cemetery. You should see it for yourself. Perhaps it's your temple, your library, your tomb. Tell me, can you feel it? That flickering in the air. There are spots like this one all over Sacra. A prickling, as if something lies just beyond my vision, but is stronger here than anywhere else. I'm convinced this is the site of some ancient, vital Saren remnant. Perhaps a nexus of sorts. This city was built atop the graves of the ancients. Come find me in the mason shop, and I'll show you just what I mean. This city was built atop the graves. Come find me in the mason...
Think you're up for chasing down a few bounties, Saren?
And in Sacrament of all years.
I told Ellsworth I thought it was a mistake letting you past our gates. A soldier with no rank is a stone's throw from a bandit. But orders are orders. Or is that a foreign idea to you? Orders, discipline, training. Well, as long as you're here, perhaps you might learn a thing or two by serving my guard. You can start by showing your captain a bit of respect. Very good. Perhaps you're not quite the miscreant you appear to be. Well then, Saren. I've bounties to collect, challenges to complete, and not enough men to carry them out. Every day it seems there's more. If you help me keep chaos at bay, you may find Sacrament's guard can be a potent ally. What do you say? You've seen Borov and his silly arena? Real men and women don't fight for sport. The ocean wants in, Seren, and we are the wall. If not us, then who, Seren? Better this world, one body at a time.
Sarah, don't think I haven't noticed you running about, stirring up trouble. Sacrament's got problems enough as it is. Huh. Sarah.
The Saren.
For all I know, the pestilence is your fault. Maybe the best thing for all of us is if you're on the other side of the world.
Strange. How the past is always growing, while the present is never more than a moment. Serum, Dalsha, nomads, invaders. The dead are stacked high beneath Sacra soil. You know, this island is speckled with the ruins of your kind, like a robin's egg. One I hope to crack open. Please, do you know what the ancient Serum structures were for? Crypts? Altars? Prisons? Serum, Dalsha...
Eyes up.
Season's come. 835. We had a crop of blackbirds nesting those cliffs below the rookery. Hundreds of them. They covered every inch of my farm in stinking shit. Last year was better than this, but still shite. I had one pumpkin out of 14 survive. Would you believe that? 836. That's when my Harriet passed away. Oh, I miss her. Ha! It's not true. The shrew left me for a merchant sailor. 833. Now that was a good year. Rain just right. And the gophers were all over at Farmer Coral's. I made a mince pie that year. Back in 816, I'd never even touched a spade. I was a young peacock. I wanted to fight in the arenas. I was tough as nails then. 825. Interesting year. Back when I first moved to Sacrament, no rain for 4 months. Could barely get a hoe in the ground. Don't expect these crops to yield much more than turnips. Maybe the radishes will pull through. Shite year all around, though. Seasons come and seasons go. Bad luck is eternal.
That beast nearly made it past our gates before you put it out of its misery. Only a matter of time before something worse comes creeping. I'm getting off Sacra, while I still draw breath. Once I'm on the mainland, I'll be a new me. Perhaps even a new name. Say I'm a minor gentry from Tanth. No, Willowary. On alert. I hear the towers in the city of Phelan block out the sun, and the port's thick with ships from every corner of that empire. Put aside half my copper each month, till I've enough to book passage. Leave this island behind me.
I've a cousin stationed in the palace on the mainland, says he can get me a job. Imagine that. Me, amid all the splendor. Put aside half my copper each month.
Oh, King Harold's... Oh, now what's the matter? You were bowling? No sense of humour, eh? Oh, now what's the matter? You were...
Ask why I'm leaving.
Are you feeling ill, stranger? I've never seen symptoms like it, and I can discern no pattern to its spread. But I do what I can to ease their pain. I can't say I buy into all this mystical claptrap, but there's certainly a plague afoot. I fear Caelan lost to the sickness, but I haven't given up hope for the rest of our fair isle. If my patients want the comfort of a prayer, who am I to deny them such frivolities? I've never seen symptoms like it, and I can discern no pattern to its spread.
There may be no stop.
If my patients want the comfort of a prayer,
I wouldn't head south unless you're looking for a swift end. Or you're fearsome stubborn. Maybe you are. Do you know where you're going? The meadows ain't what they used to be. After the farmers fled, used to be the wolves had the run of the place. But now, there's something else. Do you know where you're going?
This faith is giving me a headache. When I learned I was Darsha, I moved to Sacra to get in touch with my roots. I forgot that roots live in dirt. Rise at dawn, work the fields, home with family in the evening. A simple life, and a boring one too. What if that historian just misread my family tree and it was a mistake to leave the mainland? I don't need 4 gods. I'm not sure I even need one. What if that historian just misread my family?
There may be no stopping this scourge.
And people ask why I'm...
Eyes up. On alert.
Why kill men for free? Do it for God.
Your kind come from over the horizon, don't they? Have you seen the far lands with your own eyes? I heard there are giants in Girinoth. Real giants that scrape the treetops with their fingers. That can't be true, can it? Have you seen the sand ships of the far north? The falling deserts beyond the sea? Please, I must know if they're real. Personally, I believe all the legends are true, and you're the walking testament. May I touch you, please? Personally, I believe all the legends are true, and...
Scared bastard. Wife says my breath always reeks of fish guts. But what's her excuse? Some days they won't even touch a lure or hook, but stick your toe in the water and... I fucking hate fish! But I can't hunt for shit and I can't farm, so... here we are. Once hauled up a fish with a drowned cat in its belly. Guess what was in the cat's belly? Another fish! Wife says my breath always reeks of fish.
Snips and yarn, threads and cloth.
The only thing we hooking a bit at. Between the two of us, we got 2 husbands, 8 children, and 4 chickens. Ah. Mr. Spider, on his go.
They say he left all... Excuse me, is it true that Governor Ellsworth has already gone north with that madrigal? The guard said as much, but I wasn't sure. Many doors in Sacrament stay shut to us, Dasha. I'd hoped for an audience. He has much on his shoulders, I know, but my home is... unwell. Perhaps I can speak to the Orison. Yes, one man of faith to another. I promised her. I promised them I wouldn't return to Marin empty-handed. So many stray cats and dogs wandering Sacrament. What they could teach us of loyalty and grace, I wish I could take them all home with me. So many stray cats.
Fresh ways to live out exploring again. See this scar? Pirate attack while crossing the Ashen Sea. Don't worry, we're all drinking friends now. You know what they say about Girinoth women? Down there. Well, it's not true. I must admit, I've been waylaid on this humble island longer than I'd like, but when the wind stole, the purse feels, I should write that down. I must admit, I've been waylaid on this...
There's Cameron's stall. So what do you think, Sarum? A humble arrangement, but perhaps the start of something grand. Yes, yes. Soon, even the birds will envy my plumage. My concoctions will haunt the dreams of the lustful, the weary, the spurned. And you, of course. You're always welcome to sup strength and wisdom from my elixirs. If they don't blind you, that is.
It's a real honor to service your blade, Saren. And there's no better blacksmith than Fillmore. He comes from a long line of them. Not me. Mine's farmers all the way back. But the first time I saw a hammer hitting steel, it was like it was singing for only me. Fillmore can tell the coke in the forge is ready by color alone. Me, I have to tell by how close I can stand to it. Then you temper and quench while you work it with the anvil. I prefer a double-piked anvil myself, with a low arch. What's your favorite type of anvil?
May your will be half as strong.
Odessa was the one who introduced me to Fillmore, since she was always going back and forth between Marin and here. She'd walk me through the woods. We'd pick berries and mole seeds on the way. I was just little then, of course. I can walk myself now. Not that I minded walking with her.
Nothing sings like steel.
You know, Fillmore's content with his stall right here. But I've got bigger plans. I'm gonna open a smithy in Tyr, another in Havenpool. I'll train all my smiths personally, though. So you always know you're getting good work. I've already picked out a name, but I can't tell you. You might steal it.
May your will be half
Fillmore
as
can
strong
tell the
as
coke in the forge is ready. I have then you. I prefer a double.
Good to be back behind Sacrament's walls. My thanks for clearing the way. From now on, how about I stay at my forge and leave the heroics to you? Hello, old friend. Sometimes I wish I could be manning the battlements, but no, my place is here. I shape the spear, you drive it home. I come from a family of smithies. My father says we're born with soot already under our nails. Some people ask how I can stand the ringing in my ears. Better than hearing folks gab, if you ask me. Sometimes I wish I could be manning the battlements, but no. Man's best friend is a blade.
She will speak with the Seren.
So, you're the one who killed poor old Warwick, eh? Used to be a man, you know. I'm friendly with his widow, horrible bitch named Sigrid. Just her luck, husband runs off to join the Risen, gets turned into a monster and killed by a serum. I can't even get mine to choke to death on his supper.
Is it true your kind worships a sayer? I do most of the talking in my household. You think my husband worships me? Far as I'm concerned, all this just boils down to shit stains and blood stains. More work for me. Do I look like I care who sits on a throne 1,000 miles away? The rest of us just scratching out a living down here in the mud. Must be nice, prancing around.
Make the world your weapon.
Man's best friend is a blade.